a video.
It's a video. I love videos. Jessica Lope, Ida
Hello, my name is Tolu Lope Janafuja, and I hope you enjoyed the special greeting for myself and the special friends I made in Haiti one summer during my high school career. I am a younger sister, an older sister, a teammate, a student, a daughter, a friend, and most importantly, I am a leader. I participated in an annual missions trip with Carolina's Outreach to Haiti in the July of 2016 and 2017. As a team, we engaged in community outreach and service. My role was to engage with the children, and I quickly fell in love with this responsibility. During my time overseas, I learned that life is not really about what I have, but it's about the impact I have on people. The impact can only come through action. Haiti really sparked a fire in me. It taught me how to be a servant, willingly, genuinely. And it especially taught me how to be a voice. I learned that someone has to take initiative and take action. And if I don't take action, who will?
Next we have Talalope. You know who you are. I apologize. If you could pronounce it, that will help me learn. So,
Tolulope Ajanafuja.
I'm sorry, the last name?
Ajanafuja.
Great, thank you.
Members of the board, good morning. My name is Tolulope Ajanafuja, and I'm here to speak about standardized testing. The over-testing at Laurel High School is damaging the education of the whole student body. There are many facets to this, but today I want to talk about just 3 things: the absurd length of time used for testing, limited instructional time, and the socioeconomic effects of the test. Administering standardized tests such as PARCC has high costs in time, money, and energy. Let me paint you a picture of what our school year looks like with the administration of PARCC. At Laurel High School, 16 weeks are dedicated to state standardized testing. To repeat, that is 16 weeks of state standardized testing out of 36 weeks of the whole school year. So for 80 days of school, we have the following disruptions each and every day. Many students are pulled out of their normal class to take the test. About a dozen teachers are pulled out of their normal class to administer the test. For the classes without a real teacher, sub-work is given and normal instruction does not happen. For the classes where students have been put out, teachers often do not move on with instruction. I guess it's hard to move on with a big portion of the students missing. Nearly half of the entire school year is spent on state standardized testing. That includes PARCC, HSA, MISA. This is a long way away from the 2% that former President Barack Obama recommended. Due to the lack of instructional time that I just mentioned, students are learning incomplete material for one subject, so they are not prepared for the following year's lessons. For instance, students going into the 10th grade taking geometry are inadequately prepared because they did not learn all the material from Algebra 1 in the previous year due to the excessive testing. The geometry teachers are now set back even more because they spent so much of the first semester teaching review from the previous math levels. Now the students are behind in the curriculum altogether. Likewise, students are being pulled out of class to proctor tests. Teachers are being pulled out of class to proctor tests instead of preparing their own students for those same tests. And after spring break in April, there are 9 weeks of school left. But because of both teachers and students are pulled out of class, there's essentially no more classroom instruction, regardless of how much material hasn't been covered. All the time is spent with students either taking tests or sitting in a room while a sub is teaching and their teachers are proctoring other tests. One of the big reasons for such a terrible testing schedule at my school is the lack of computers for the computer-based test. In higher socioeconomic districts like Howard County, with more technology, I can't imagine that the testing schedule would be so demanding. If anything, this excessive focus on testing will only serve to widen any achievement gap that exists between these districts. I conclude by saying I want to be competitive against other schools and reveal what the Laurel High School students are capable of. Unfortunately, standardized testing hinders us from reaching the level need be in order to be competitive. Testing does not make me smarter. As someone once said, weighing a pig does not fatten it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Ahanafu.